Your book, Why Simple Wins. Again, land the plane here. I think I'm the podcast host with the non-questions, like I'm making you do all the work. But
No.
in your book, which is Why Simple Wins, you talk about invisible waste and all this. And for me, the value that I'm bringing to the service that I provide for my clients and my buyers who you speak to and give your keynote speeches to, that, it's my time and what I can bring and be really present and creative and provide and help them position a message and a speaker. Talk to us about that and, why simple wins and the time management, the time use really.
And well, I'll tell you this, because, I started out doing this, and I think a lot of speakers do. What speakers speak about is what they're trying to figure out for themselves. I strongly believe that. And so for me, I've never been able to figure out. I grew up in chaos. That's part of my story. I had a very chaotic childhood, very chaotic.
Lots of swirl.
A lot of swirl, a lot of chaos, a lot of dumpster fires, so trying to get control from a very young age of my environment. And it made me very, very organized. And as I got older, and you can relate to this, we were talking about this before the podcast said, is, the older you get, the more complex life becomes. You take on more, right? Whether it's kids or home or husband, partner, etc.
All of it.
All the things. But you want to make it enjoyable, not just be able to juggle more. And I was great at juggling more, but I realized I wasn't enjoying it. And so that's what I wanted to figure out. And I realized I was organized, but not simplified. And I couldn't, all these time management and productivity gurus, God bless them. But where I really get pissed at them, to be quite honest, is being organized isn't being simplified. You can't spreadsheet your way out of it unless people learn that subtraction is okay. So I really, it's strategic, not just productivity. It's easy to help people spreadsheet and organize and all that, but it's not going to fix it for them. Yeah. So I want them to figure out how to subtract, how to focus on value, so they can, frankly, spend their time at work in more valuable ways. But the real elevated purposes, so they're not burned out, they're spending their time on valuable things so they can leave a legacy that they care about. It's not just about work, it's personal. How do we spend our time in ways we can look back on and go, wow, I made a difference. And
it's not, you're really speaking to me. I mean, it's not this high-minded thing, and it could be age, but enjoyable in that, it's work. It's not like, oh, we're going to a concert or to a ball game or doing some exotic traveling. It is different, but there's no reason why it has to be a suffering or a grind. And I think the side hustle and the grind, I think I don't know. There's something that I haven't been able to connect or articulate that irks me about the side hustle and the grind, where it doesn't, if I say don't grind, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be working hard or be thoughtful or be creative, because it takes effort. I just wanted to ask our audience if there's anywhere in your work where you've been able to simplify. Share in the comments. Anywhere where you'd like to simplify, share in the comments. Our community's been contacting each other and really providing some rich feedback. But go ahead. I think I struck a nerve there with the grind and all that.
Well, so the grind is really, rise and grind. Everyone wants to be like busy. You have that busy off with your friend. Like, how are you? I'm busy. Oh, you think you're busy. I'm busy. Or, that we just got to get into these things.
Right. I'm full, as they say, I'm full.
I'm just full. I'm so full.
Right.
But it's not, I don't feel like we're using our time well. I think the grind culture, especially with Gen Z and Gen Alpha now, they're not going to get the same rewards that we did from it. And that's an issue, right? I mean, like their ROI right now isn't being as high in terms of monetary, but it's going to be in terms of life. And so they're really thinking about how do they use their time. And rise and grind, the thing about simplicity is that people right now, I think the Gallup poll from last year was 8 in 10 people report burnout. 7 in 10 report depression at work. 50% are disengaged. I mean, work's broken. It's broken. Yeah. So the answer can't be doing more. It's got to be doing less and doing better.
Right.
And that's my personal goal. And for the people that are listening, I would say, your goal is subtraction. Like I always go into my clients and I say, I'm not going to teach you how to better manage your time or organize your calendar. I bet your calendar is hijacked from you every day. But what I can teach you how to do is kill stupid rules, to question work, and to get rid of zombie meetings and things that suck your time. And it's amazing. So they have hundreds of ideas of how to do it. They just don't think they have the permission to. So
Right.
we got to give them permission. That's what we got
Right.
to do.
Yeah. And it's work is broken, and
It
I
is
think right, but what you're saying is, the attention, and it's not HR, it's leadership, it's culture. I
leadership.
think I think that okay, bean bags and pool tables and
Yes.
all that, but
Can we talk about this?
yeah, but I think the best intention was there, right?
Best intention is
Serving
always there.
serving something. Maybe it wasn't deployed perfectly, but if you take that now and extrapolate it out, the beanbag, let's say, right, where there's isolation, there's burnout, there's mental health issues, there's hybrid, you know, leadership has to read the room. They have to take a look at the panorama. And it's not like, oh, sweetheart, do you need this and do you need that? But it is like, look, this is the workforce. This is the age group that we're dealing with now. And this is what's serving them. And they're looking square in the eye at the Xers, the young boomers, and they're saying, I don't want that.
I don't
And
want it.
I'm going to take it even further because I know you love to travel and I know you love cultures and to explore and you have an adventurous spirit.
I love it.
Having lived overseas for half my life,
Hmm.
there is in many areas of the world this value placed on quality of life and experience. And I'm wondering if there's almost like a hearkening back or a pulling forth this old
I
world kind of sensibility of quality of life, and call it work life balance, whatever you want. Do you see that at all? Is there a connection there?
I think about this a lot. I really do. You and I were talking about how much we love travel, and I share with the listeners here. My goal is to go to every country in the world. Like you, I just want to get on there and I want to experience. And there are amazing things out here in this world. It's big, but it's small, and you
Yeah.
meet incredible people, right? That are
Yeah.
just like you if you get out there. But I think about that. Like the more I go to other places, especially here in North America, it's rise and grind, man. Like that's what we do. And not that other people don't, they do, but they do it better because they have balance. And at the end of the day, you know what they say, no one ever wants to have on their tombstone, I wish I spent more time at work. So, being able to find that how you spend your time is important.